Welcome back to Mortal Kombat Deception. So,
I have a question.
Yes.
So, stuff like the Chaos Realm and all these other realms, were those things before this game?
No, this game is actually the one that introduced the Chaos Realm.
Oh, well, then that's actually a neat introduction here. The idea that...
Oh, how wonderful. They speak in reverse.
Now remember, Dwips, it's the Chaos Realm.
It's a crime to make
Nothing
sense
here,
of this world.
nothing here is orderly or sensical, Dwips.
Thank goodness Shinjoku can understand them.
Remember, Dwips.
Yeah, this is the weirdest Shin Megami Tensei game I've ever seen.
Remember, Dwips, making sense is a crime here.
Oh, okay, then, okay, what can I do that won't make any sense to people?
Worship water like they do.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people.
I'd make a joke, but that'd be mean.
Hey, Otaru.
That's the thing, though. You guys know all my hot takes. What else am I gonna do?
Alright. So yeah, Otaru is suspicious of us, and now he wants to fight us. So.
You think that's suspicious? Dude, I should be suspicious of you. You're the only person here who speaks normal. And again with the Ermac style. Okay.
Since there was a suspicious thing, I kind of wish that you edited the Among Us emergency alert.
I don't play Among Us, so I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like what this tutorial could have done was at least give you the option to choose who you play as for these segments, because, you know, if it's about Shinjoku learning all these styles, well then, let you, the player, pick from his arsenal of fighting styles that he's learned.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, you probably could have given us an opportunity to choose which fighter of the ones we've learned so far we want to use.
Anyway, Hotaru is one of the new actual characters introduced in this game. It's fine, nothing too spectacular, but it's, you know, decent enough.
Yes.
Let me guess. Soul of Samurai who gave his life from one and ended up in Chaos Realm.
Actually, he's instead from its counterpart, Order Realm.
Yes, there's two realms, the two new realms introduced in this game. Chaos Realm and Order Realm, which, as you can probably guess from the names, they're the exact opposites of each other.
I got it, guys. I got it. I know how to fit into this realm.
Go ahead.
With stuff that doesn't make any sense to some, anyway. Depending on the series, I don't really.
Okay.
I've been growing distrusting of opinions from both fans and critics.
That makes perfect sense.
Basically, you're being yourself.
Yes. So basically, that actually is not allowed in Chaos Realm. So you have to try harder.
Alright.
Unless
say that on the
Look, see, here's the thing. Here, allow me to. Here's an example.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this will be any better, but it's worth a try.
Scorpion,
Sonic the Hedgehog's never had a good story in games at all, ever.
Well, there you go.
Scorpion, what are you doing here?
Oh, hey, Deji, it would work in this world, wouldn't it, saying that?
Well, okay, so...
Now Scorpion's more hip and young here.
Locate the fallen Shirai Ryu clansman and return Scorpion's mask to him. Oh, so there goes, he's actually
He's wearing a mask!
So there you go, turns out he's actually not Scorpion, he's actually another Shirai Ryu, because remember, that outfit is the outfit of the Shirai Ryu clan.
So he's a cosplayer.
Which means that Scorpion also is a lineage name, which is weird.
Oh no, remember this. It's like they said in the movie. The Shirai Ryu is Scorpion's ninja clan, and everyone at the Shirai Ryu dresses like that. That's the whole idea.
Now, granted, if you're going off of the newer continuity, this may confuse you a bit, because, you know, going off of the newer continuity, Scorpion's just his own thing.
Well, to be fair, well, actually, no, he's still a Shirai Ryu, actually. Remember, even in 10, he's trying to re-establish a Shirai Ryu, and Sub-Zero tries to, you know, make amends between the two clans and everything.
May I challenge the Infiltrator? I have been endowed with powers from the Elder Gods themselves. I may be able to drive him off.
I admire your fighting spirit. You are most welcome to confront him.
But wait, this isn't supposed to make sense.
I love the dialogue in this game. It's just...
Well, even the ones in reverse.
Yes.
Oh no, actually, I don't know if it will work in Chaos Realm, but it's just a general thing anyway. Recently, I've grown to realise when it comes to stuff received, badly, or even goodly, or positively, I mean, throwing all the credit and or blame onto one person's shoulders is a bit unfair.
Depends on what you're talking about, but yeah, I understand the basic premise of it.
Also, since we were also talking about, oh my god, is that Noob Strider?
Yes. Defeat the Brother of Shadow. There you go, it says it there, noob.
Okay,
you're saying,
know what?
Digi?
Yeah, so one trope I am so sick and tired of is the take that Scrappy. And especially when you realize that the reason why Scooby-Doo survived to begin with was because of how well received Scrappy-Doo was.
Oh yeah, you
initially.
already went into that in the previous part, Dutch.
It's been a while.
Well, actually, no, it was like 20
A
minutes.
couple of hours ago.
No, actually, not even that. We did the last part like 20 minutes ago, actually. But
That being
It says take no, but I didn't. But did I mention Scrappy-Doo?
No, but it was in a previous part or something.
you were talking about how you didn't like how they were crapping on Shujinko because make him a better character, blah blah blah, which is basically the
Yeah. But I also want to realize like Scrappy-Doo is still the poster board for that, but it's like he was the reason why the show still continued, but they did. But unfortunately, the writers kept shoving him down everybody's throats, which is why people got sick of him. And then it's like, let's make him worse. Let's take a dump on him.
Yeah, that's weird, Dids, because for some reason, last I talked to you about it, you apparently liked the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie that makes him the villain.
It was it's like I like the movie as its own thing, but I didn't want it to be his only defining traits. That's like, yeah, he sucks. I think you'll like. I think you're gonna like the Tangled series then, because remember the Captain of the Guard that in the movie, he's just there to chase Eugene and everything, and he kind of gets. Kind of the butt end of some of the jokes when they escape and everything. Well, in the show, they fully flesh him out, give him a daughter and everything, and it's a properly fleshed out character in the show. Yeah. So they do that same kind of principle, taking characters that wouldn't necessarily nothing special or just there to serve as the butt of the joke for the other characters and do something more with them. So
let me give you
I know that Pinky and the Brain, not the Pinky, the Tiny Toons reboot is getting rid of Elmira because people don't like her. It's like, what? Just try making her a better character, or make her. She works better as an antagonist.
Let's be honest. The real reason they're getting rid of her is because of her gimmick. That being unintentional abuse to animals would not sit well.
Just make her the antagonist then.
Well, that's the thing, Dids. Even with antagonists, that's apparently a no-no on TV. Look, okay, I'll say this though.
Who cares about PETA? No one takes them seriously.
All right.
Anyway, going back to the thing though, here's my thing. I feel like Take That Scrappy is something that needs to be done with finesse.
It's like with any trope, really.
Pretty much, yeah. By all means, do it, but it needs to be done with a good level of grace, and it should be arguably done proportionate to certain things.
In that case, Jova, I might as well ask you, what are your thoughts on how the AGDI remakes of King's Quest and even the new King's Quest reboot constantly take a dump on Cedric? The owl.
Cedric! Okay, I get that Cedric is trying to help. I feel like their take-that's to Cedric are not too bad, in a sense, because like it's more so just poking fun at him being annoying as opposed to,
Remember, Jova, one of the new endings that you get, game over endings that you get in the HEDI King's Quest 2 remake is essentially older King Graham asking the protagonist of Mask of Eternity to kill it.
So yeah, they do go there. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you think of it, Jova, but I can tell you that most King's Quest fans absolutely love that ending, just because nobody really likes it. I can tell you that Cedric has no fans. I can tell you that at least.
I think Webs can vouch for me with this one. Like with AEW, most of the time Chris Jericho would spend most of his segments taking a jab at WWE. It's like, it's not funny.
Yeah, well, that's the thing everyone. But that's the thing everyone in AEW was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like they're building up to a crossover.
In the meantime,
because of what happened recently.
In the meantime, Debs, here, let me give my own attempt See, here's the thing: you have to try harder to say something
But
stupid.
actually, Paige, I've got something. I mean, it's called Chaos Realms, and the aim is to cause chaos. I think I've got one actually, and I know a couple of others in the group share it too, but I want to vocalize it anyway.
Go ahead.
How Code Geass has a fandom as big as it does, I have absolutely no idea. The show is a complete pretentious bore fest, with the show only going on because both sides are morons.
Even
How am I
Jovo.
how am I supposed to believe that the show is this intellectual masterpiece when not only are the characters dumb, but we go from really tense episode to making a giant pizza at school?
I love when me and Wiz were showing that show to Jova, and and we finished episode 2, and Jova was like, "Wait, the episode is already over?" Like, even Jova was baffled by how fast-paced that thing is, overly fast-paced.
Wait, hold on, wait. Which one are we talking about?
Code Geass season 2. This was years ago, though.
Yeah, Code Geass. Now, there's a show that it definitely had a fan base with the first season, lost in the second season, the first season was outright crippled, apparently.
Watch the Abridgment series.
That's the thing, Jova. I don't think the show was good in the first place.
Okay, here, Dwibs.
Yeah, I get that, Dwibs, but again, it did garner a fan base for reasons here and there. The fact that it managed to lose that fan base is...
Hold on.
That's a cherry.
What about a third choice? We could just walk away.
Blocks your path.
He poses for dominance.
Oh, hey, Havoc.
Thank you, Havoc. I am Shujinko.
Really?
My name's Shujinko.
You see what I mean?
It's like OG Tristan. I don't want to.
You see what I mean? This is why I love John Vogel's dialogue. Like it's just so. There's just something about it that's just endearing to me.
No. I think I get it. It's a story that definitely wants you to take it seriously, but then has utterly just their dialogue. It's like, okay. It's like you walk into the embodiment of evil and just say, "Oh, hi, Mark," and go on like it's a normal conversation.
I love its misguided earnestness. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it tries to be all big, grand, and epic, but it has such small talk dialogue that you can't help but blink and go, "Wait, are we seriously doing this right now?" Really, right now?
Again, this is why starting with Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, John Vogel took a backseat and is now just the story writer, not the script writer. Now we actually got proper script writers to write the scripts.
And there we go.
Hooray.
It's weird. You know, it's weird. The way that guy's dialogue started, you'd think he would have been someone we had to fight, but...
Well, that's the whole idea of it, Jova. Remember, he's the cleric of chaos. Normally, and underline the word normally, you would think that would be happening, but no. In here, we do things the opposite route, because it's Chaos Realm. Get it?
You know, fair enough.
Yeah, so gotta give credit. They're committing to the theme of this realm, definitely.
One has to wonder, what would Opposite Day be like in Chaos Realm?
Are they in Order Realm?
Probably.
Anyway, Pedro, what opinion that would cause chaos were you going to say?
Well, okay. How about this? Here's a good Chaos Realm saying that people from Chaos Realm would love. Detroit Become Human is a great commentary on racism and racial relationships. There you go.
Yep, definitely something from Chaos Realm.
There you go.
Obviously, there's a better way to say it without having not necessarily rely on hot topic.
I mean, to be fair,
not specifically that, Jova. I mean, the idea of having someone, an inhabitant of Chaos Realm that will be said, instead of being too complicated, it's very easy. Chaos Control. There you go.
Speaking of Detroit Become Human, have we heard anything from Quantum Dream?
We have actually.
We have on your new product.
Yeah, we have actually. Recently, they put in a job listing for their next AAA quote-unquote action adventure game, aka their next, No. Remember, to technically, by the official terminology, the official organizations and everything outside, even outside of Quantic Dream, characterize their games as action adventure technically. So
I do wonder though. So now we're playing this Bo' Right Show.
my
Okay,
guess,
that's
I'm guessing Ed wanted to make sure you're not just using Ermac over and over. So let's
But
just.
that brings the point that Jova and Lives in Dead mentioned before. It's kind of inconsistent. like,
Yeah,
how
again, this would be very easily fixed if every single time you get one of these fights, you get to choose which of the fighters you've already trained with you can use. There you go.
Not only that, but unlike, say, in a story campaign where usually they divide who you play as in chapters with NetherRealm, at least from my experience, there is
Yes,
no
they do.
warning whatsoever with who you're going to play as here. It's just,
You can
here's
tell
who-
that this was just this was first time.
Yeah, this is the first. Remember, this is technically the first time a Mortal Kombat game has had a proper story mode.
Really, Hotaru? You again?
No.
it's just
It's meant to be a different Satan Guard. It's just that it's a slightly altered model of Otaru's model. So
So much so that they literally keep calling him Hotaru, and it's literally Hotaru in the actual fighting, and now we're playing as Sub-Zero. Again, what was up with the bits where we were consistently fighting as
I get-
Ermac? Did Shinjoku get as tired of him as we were and just decide, I'm gonna switch it up a bit?
I get the feeling Conquest Mode was very rushed. I get the feeling by the time they focused on the fighting aspects first, and then when it got time around to making Conquest Mode, they didn't have much money and time left, so they had to basically rush through it.
It definitely shows, like, again, we're not only are we playing as random characters, but now you've got, again, all these different mooks who suddenly render themselves to be Hotaru during the fights.
Like I said, I can
dang, the guy must be getting very embarrassed with people taking his form and losing.
I can tell you, having finished the entire Midway era recording by this point, I can tell you that Armageddon's Conquest Mode does all of this a lot better.
And mind you, yeah, I do get that it was their first time, but I'm still gonna make fun out of it.
Oh no, but by all means do. Definitely.
It's MK versus DC that introduces instead the more linear structure of a story mode that future games will follow.
Basically that style of story campaign that you have in 9, 10, and 11, that started in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. So basically, when they got time to make Mortal Kombat 9, they just took the basic structure from these.
Like I said, Ed Boon and his team, learned from that and decided to apply the feedback that they got from that into the new game. So there is something to be commended on that front. It's just
definitely.
that, like I said, you just see the stamps moving. So of course, when you revisit an older title, you see the potential the potential flaws that mod had.
Love those.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, go ahead.
Stop right there.
It's a bit late to be doing that now, isn't it?
Yes.
I always do love those moments in a game series where a game ends up taking inspiration from a crossover to establish its main gameplay set for the next main game.
Well, isn't that what the Greatest Attorney did? I mean, if I remember correctly, the Greatest Attorney.
That happens with.
Well, okay, yeah, kind of, sort of. Greatest Attorney, while not a main game, yeah, that was more a Corey's Attorney game. It did take inspiration from bits of the crossover, yeah.
I get the idea that, judging from the trailer that I saw, it's the multi-witness mechanic.
Multiple witnesses, also, yeah.
Sure, fine by me.
Anyway, now we're playing as Ashra.
But no, definitely, I definitely agree with you on that too. Like I've said this before, but it boils down to this: I would much rather have a dumb but earnest and sincere plot over a completely overly cynical one that's just trying too hard to be super clever and self-aware. You know, so that which is why I can at the very least appreciate this one on a basic level, basically.
Jova.
Yes.
We're in the Chaos realm. Do you have any chaotic opinions that me and Pedro just shared?
Twilight is the pinnacle of feminism.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Just
yeah. You see, knowing Jova, I don't think that's a joke.
No, I got it. Considering that I've got one. Speed Racer is the most accurate to a source material film ever made.
From what I was told, the Speed Racer movie is more based off the manga than the anime.
Well,
that explains a lot.
That I do not know.
I still forgot most of the movie.
I can
anyway,
tell you.
so
I can tell that they still play the theme from the show, though. But anyway,
but it's that. So it's different. It's using a different source material.
Sure. I understand that. To go back to the whole realm thing, that's a thing, Jova. Yeah, we already went through. We conventionally escaped the whole. Oh, I think you'd have to fight Havoc, but no, we didn't have to fight him just yet because Chaos Realm. Remember, Jova, this also puts into the thing. When we go to Order Realm after this, now it's going to be the opposite. Order Realm is going to be a pain because everything has to be done full of orderly, slow manners.
Oh no, it's the house that makes you go mad from total task of asterisks.
Basically.
I need permit A38, please.
Remember, it's the Order Realm is the realm where anything that defies logic is completely forbidden.
Oh, then my Twilight take would definitely land me in the slammer.
Exactly. You're under arrest for thinking Twilight is good.
Thanks, Athena. Now you got something on your shoulder,
I got one. This one would definitely get me arrested by Pedro if he were in charge of this realm.
What?
The Phantom Menace is an entertaining allegory for how shit politics are.
It could be, if it was well written.
No, you're right. You are absolutely right. Politicians suck.
Oh.
Yeah, good job.
Hey,
I will say that, here's the thing, though. The one that I hate most of the prequels is Attack of the Clones anyway, so. But anyway.
So, you and everyone else, because...
okay, let me put it this way. If you ask me which of the three prequels do I hate the most, that would be Attack of the Clones. Now, if you ask me what is
definitely, yeah.
Now, if you ask me what is the worst part of the prequels to you, like not necessarily a whole movie, just a part of it, that would be the climax of Revenge of the Sith, because I hate the climax of Revenge of the Sith. But again, I don't want to go into a rant about it.
Sure.
Hey, Havoc.
So now we're fighting. Wait, hold on. Let's see who we're fighting as.
And we're playing.
Well, remember now, Havoc is actually now that we did what Havoc.
Oh, right.
Well, remember we did it. We did what Havoc asked of us, so now he's going to actually teach us how to use it.
Seeing as though the characters can change what side they're fighting from, now how am I supposed to tell who's who?
There's also because Wibbs, you're the one on the left. There you go.
But yeah, Havoc is an actually inhabitant of Chaos Realm and another new character introduced in this game.
Exactly. This also serves as a great way to. This also serves because most warriors outside of maybe Ermac, who asked us to get that thing that he asked for, will have been not reluctant at all to train us. But this guy had us to go on this big mission where we fight all these guys before he will actually train us. So,
I'll admit, it's been such a long time since we actually, it feels like it's been a relatively long time since we learned a new fighting style because of how the pacing has been. Like, again, up until when we learned Ermac's fight style, it was normally as such. You learn from this character here and there, you move on. But now we're actually getting fights in this tutorial mode here, which, again, I get that there is another way to do it, but let's assume that people went into this wanting to get a tutorial here and there. Like, well, then you may not care for some of the random fights you can get in, which, again, place you in character bodies randomly, so if you're trying to learn a particular character, you're boned.
Yeah. Oops. That being said, speaking of what Jova said about the pacing, it also serves as a great way once again illustrate the nature of Chaos Realm. Chaos Realm really kinda alters the way the game has been paced up until this point, and I will argue that's probably deliberate, again, to properly illustrate just how different this realm is from all the others.
Like, kudos to them. Whether or not that is intentional, it is commitment, technically.
Like, even if it's unintentional, it's still, that effect still comes across, even if it's unintentional.
So yeah, I would be willing to excuse that for Chaos Realm. Makes me wonder what they would try to do with Order Realm. Like, would they try to have, like, okay, I guess we have to wonder, what is exactly Order to this game? Is it the norm of just, oh, learn from character, move on to next point, do some quest here and there, or does it mean it's going to pile on more on that? That could be stuff that's interesting.
We'll see how it goes. For now, spinning kick and uppercut. There you go.
So, who's your favorite character to play as in this game?
I guess I'll go with Scorpion again.
You know, yeah, Scorpion is like, I think he is legit one of the few characters who pretty much has always kept his style throughout the entire series.
Well, there's a good reason for that. He's literally everybody's favorite, including the creator. So
yeah, without a doubt.
He just loves his OC, okay?
Like Deji said, there's a skin for Scorpion in 11 literally saying Boone's main. So
like, I mean, not only that, I mean, they basically made that they basically made the first Mortal Kombat story center around him in Scorpion's Revenge, which actually worked.
It's such a shame.
I'm talking about Scorpion's Revenge.
No, it's talking about Scorpion's.
I'm just saying, and the movie as well.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. The new 2021 movie.
Character Cole as a descendant of Scorpion.
Yeah, the new 2021 movie also starts just like Scorpion's Revenge with the murder of Scorpion's family.
Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what? I mean, I guess that's a good way because, you know, I mean, to be fair, the reception to Scorpion's Revenge, from what I recall, was overwhelmingly positive. So,
well, yeah.
You know what? If the new live-action movie wanted to take cues from it, kudos to it. And, you know,
I know Scorpion's the poster boy of the franchise, but, like, even that was, we didn't need that.
Are you referring to the Scorpion's Revenge or the live-action movie?
The live-action movie.
Well, here's the thing, Dad. You have to understand that the Scorpion's Revenge was a direct-to-video animated film, so not a lot of people saw it.
I know that.
I mean,
I just didn't feel like we didn't need to see like Scorpion and Descendants being the main character because apparently he was an executive mandate.
It's
Ed Boon.
That's the thing.
No studio.
Again, which is again, all you really had to do was include all the characters like Johnny Cage and Liu Kang and just do basically what the first live action movie did, but do it better.
They're saving Johnny Cage.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
What?
The whole just throwing characters in this new one just because they were in the first one.
You're not You're not even completely failing the purpose of my argument. What I'm saying to it is that they could have done something akin to what the first live-action movie did, which is focus on the small selection of characters that enter in the first game, and that's it. That's what the first live-action movie did. That's what Scorpion's Revenge did, and it worked just peachy there. So the 2021 movie.
Well, this one does focus on a small cast of characters.
It does, but at the same time,
from the first game.
It does, Deji, but at the same time brings in Cabal, who doesn't really need to be in this movie, really.
They want to make a new original character, new original villains. It's like, yeah, just put them in. Who cares?
It's one of those cases where they had the formula for the first ever tournament of the series has already been pretty much figured out. We all know how this story should go and how we can do it well. And I will argue that while still fun in the end, the new movie could have made some really baffling decisions. Oh, there you go. Confused? Not confused enough. See? You should be more confused.
That's just how it works.
They even put Melina in that movie, even though Katana isn't there.
That's another thing.
Was Melina good in the movie?
She wasn't bad, but it's baffling. You have Melina, but not Katana. It makes no sense to have one.
I guess it's because they don't want to Can we spoil it or no?
No, don't spoil anything.
Yeah. It's
Let me guess. Spoiling setup for the sequel.
We don't know.
No,
because at that time it's like.
I'll tell you this because this is not a spoiler technically. The sequel ends by teasing Johnny Cage. So Johnny Cage is finally going to show up in the second film, if we get a second film.
Please let him be played by the Miz, please.
Okay. I've constantly heard about this whole Miz thing.
He's a WWE wrestler, and like if you see how he performed, not in terms of wrestling, but in terms of acting, he does have the Johnny Cage persona. It got to a point where he filmed some WWE movies, and he took that Hollywood-esque personality into his gimmick, Hollywood Miz.
Huh.
Pretty much.
So he can pull off a good Johnny Cage.
Yeah, basically, the Miz's character is basically a guy who thinks, he's Hollywood A-list material and everything, along with John Morrison, who is who's basically one of the characters in wrestling who if there's one opinion I've never understood people have in wrestling is that heels shouldn't be doing all the flippy crowd jumping off rope things and stuff.
Who the hell said that besides Jim Cornette?
To build this back to
but
anyway, you were saying, Pedro?
Yes. To put this back into the movie.
This is still going.
Well, that's the thing, Joe. Remember, all of these tutorials go on for a while because they literally teach you every single move that the characters have. Literally every single one. I
guess, to be fair, it is nice that they are thorough about it. Like, this is before the time. Actually, kind of think of it. Did they include all the movesets in the instruction manual?
Not even just that, Joe, but you can just pause. I think you can already pause.
Much like in all fighting games, you can just pause and there is a command list.
Like I said, if you don't, unless you really care about seeing where the story goes, you can just play the first 10 minutes to get the basic tutorials done, and then just leave the conquest mode and just do your own self-teaching in the practice mode, basically.
I guess, and you know what? To be fair, I do like that it is a very thorough tutorial. So I'm not completely against this. I guess maybe if I were playing it, I definitely would be more thankful. But I guess watching it can feel cumbersome. And to be fair, that is something that comes with the tutorial bits. Mm-hmm. That being said, the best option would have been to let there be a choice.
I agree.
Because, unless this is your first time playing, I get the feeling that anyone who's coming back and who just wants to enjoy the story as a whole, this will feel cumbersome towards.
It's like watching a shonen anime.
Well,
let's watch better shonen anime.
Now that's a Chaos Realm hot take.
Yeah. Let's watch better anime.
There you go, Dibs. You've succeeded in doing your best Chaos Realm take yet.
And that's the thing. Out of all the shonen anime that I've been watching recently, the only one I've been sticking with for the most part is One Piece.
You're gonna be there for a long time, Dave.
Because out of all the other ones I've seen, I kind of just fell off Dragon Ball. There were some bits that I caught that would happen. Okay, I've only been watching the My Hero Academia anime, but from what I've heard what's been happening in the manga recently, they were doing some stuff that I'm personally not really okay with, and among other things.
The way of chaos. If there was an agreement, a structure to the lesson.
Oh, I think I understand. I was learning from the unpredictable nature.
You got over that a little too quick, buddy.
See, we learned from the underground's experience, not from some kind of structured tutorial. See?
That's like saying, I understand why you shot me in the stomach. It's to show that pain can happen anywhere at any time.
Ignoring the fact that the tutorial technically went like all other tutorials, so.
Well, that's just a necessity of the gameplay, to be fair.
Oh, True. I get that. It's just that it's weird how story-wise they're saying that, oh, the training went this way, when to us it went another way.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a bout of story and gameplay segregation there, and that's not the best thing to do in a campaign like this, I'll admit.
Sure. Alright, so basically now we have to go through this maze, and that's where... So, because remember, we haven't found the Chaos Realm Kamidogu yet, so...
Oh, sorry, go on.
Okay, so let's search for this maze, see if we can find something. Yes, Jova?
Hey, Shinjoku, you want to try just jumping over those bits here and there?
Unfortunately, Jova, there is no jump button that I can use.
A fighting game where you can't jump.
And now a cutscene.
Oh no! Quicksand!
Have you played Def Jam?
It's
like piss.
It's actually not quicksand. The game is about to explain what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're standing in piss.
There's the
Dwebs, have you played Def Jam?
It's actually sand, but it's just that it's poorly rendered. Anyway,
as
Shujinko walked through, as Shujinko walked through the shallow pool, he felt a strange dizzying sensation, as if the world was passing him by.
Yeah, look at you standing in. I'd be noxious too.
Yes.
And now he's older.
Mm-hmm.
Not from years of training, but just because he stepped into some weird sand.
To be fair, chaos shit can happen like this, I guess.
So,
many years have passed, really.
Remember, Jova, when we trained with Boraicho, years passed. When we trained with the people here in Chaos Realm, years did not pass. Only when we go into getting the Kamidogu, suddenly years pass. So yeah, again.
Oh wait.
I guess it's just how time works differently then.
Mm-hmm. That too.
Wait. Hold on. He described it as a strange liquid. Are you sure that was sand he went into, Pedro?
What was it? Whatever. It's something that ages him because.
I don't think we need to know what kind of liquid.
Whatever.
Again,
I'll compromise.
I get the feeling he's been standing in way.
How about this? I'll compromise on what Dwebs was saying. It's time piss. It's time piss.
Yeah.
There you go, Dwebs. It's time piss.
This is what happened. So this is what happened when time pisses into the stream.
There you go. See? Chaos Realm.
So I'm guessing this is what Shinjoku will look like for the main campaign. Shujinko. He's just not that memorable, I'm sorry.
I mean, you can just call him protagonist Jova because that's literally what his name means.
Oh, hey, that's what they did in Tenet, a big budget motion picture, so why not here?
Okay, so protagonist then. Yeah, I mean, protagonist is... I'm sorry, I mean, we've been with him for this long, he has not left a good impact on me, I
think he's not left any impact on me whatsoever.
No. Like, I mean, for as bland as he is, he's not like it's not like he's intolerable or anything. He's just kind of there as a generic protagonist, really.
Again, I can see why there would have been backlash against him when this game first came out, because again, while we have hindsight in mind, when something current happens, as far as we know, that may be how things are from the get-go. So, as far as people knew, this was the new face of the series from then on, and I could see why they wouldn't really be too fond with that.
I can tell you that Taven, the concussed protagonist of the next game, is not that much better. He's better than Shujinko, but not really that much better. He's still kind of dumb, and he doesn't really have much of a personality either. So he's just he's just kind of going along because his parents sent him on a mission to help Blaze out with the Armageddon shit and blah blah blah. So okay, so yeah, we finished Chaos Realm. Now tune in next time where we're going into the Order Realm. So let's see how things work in the Order Realm.
So there we can address any opinions we have that are positive.
Exactly. Well, not necessarily positive. Dwebs. Like they just have to be logical.
Like water is good for you.
Basically, remember the name of the game at the Order Realm is logic. If you defy the basic principles of logic, you get arrested. I'm
screwed then.
See you then, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.